in the heart of the vast African savanna, where the sun paints the sky in fiery oranges and deep purples, lived a young kudu named Kaito. Kaito wasn't like the other young kudus in his herd. While they leaped and played, showing off their budding spiral horns, Kaito preferred the safety of his mother's shadow. He was a gentle soul, but his heart was a fluttery thing, easily startled by the snap of a twig or the distant roar of a lion. His big, expressive eyes would widen at every unfamiliar sound, and his long ears would twitch nervously. One bright morning, the herd was on the move, grazing peacefully on the lush acacia leaves. Kaito, distracted by a particularly vibrant butterfly, wandered just a few steps too far from his mother. He watched, mesmerized, as its delicate wings danced in the air. When he finally looked up, his heart sank like a stone in a deep river. The herd was gone. All he could see was the endless, swaying grass, an ocean of green and gold stretching in every direction. A wave of panic washed over him. He called out, his voice a small, trembling bleat that was swallowed by the immense silence of the savanna. He was alone, utterly and completely alone. Tears welled in Kaito's eyes as he stood frozen, his small body trembling. Just as despair began to take hold, a cheerful chirping sound cut through the air. A small, colorful bird, with feathers like tiny jewels, landed on a branch just above his head. This was Luma, a lilac-breasted roller known for her bright plumage and even brighter personality. She tilted her head, her beady black eyes filled with curiosity. "You look more lost than a hippo in a desert." "What's the trouble?" Kaito sniffled, looking up at the friendly bird. I can't find my mother. I can't find my herd," he whispered, his voice choked with fear. Luma hopped down to a lower branch, closer to Kaito. "It happens to the best of us," she said kindly. "But standing here looking like a sad baobab sapling won't help. Your herd couldn't have gone far. They're probably heading towards the great baobab by the watering hole. I can show you the way." Kaito's ears drooped. The path to the watering hole led through the whispering woods, a place he'd only heard about in scary stories, told by the older Kuduza, place full of shadows and strange noises. But that's through the whispering woods," he stammered. It's too scary." Luma puffed out her chest. "Scary? Nonsense. It's only scary if you believe it is. Fear is just a shadow, Kaito. The bigger you make it in your mind, the darker it seems. But it can't actually hurt you." She fluttered her wings impatiently. "Look, I'll fly ahead and be your eyes in the sky. You just have to be my brave legs on the ground. Together, we're an unstoppable team. What do you say?" Kaito looked at the tiny, fearless bird and then at the daunting path ahead. A small spark of hope ignited within him. Maybe, just maybe, with a friend like Luma, he could do it. He took a deep, shaky breath and nodded. "Okay," he said, his voice a little stronger now. "Okay, I'll try." Their journey began. As they approached the edge of the whispering woods, the sunlight dimmed, filtered by the thick canopy of leaves. Tall, twisted trees seemed to lean in, their branches like long, spindly fingers. Every rustle in the undergrowth made Kaito's heart hammer against his ribs. He imagined lurking leopards and slithering snakes behind every bush. "It's just the wind, Kaito," Luma called down from above, her voice a reassuring beacon. "And that sound, it's just a family of monkeys chattering about their lunch. Nothing to worry about." Slowly, Kaito started to see that Luma was right. The scary sounds were just the normal noises of the forest. He focused on placing one hoof in front of the other, following the flash of Luma's colorful feathers. Suddenly, a loud, snapping sound echoed just ahead. Kudu froze, his whole body rigid with terror. A large, shadowy figure was moving in the thicket. This was it. This was the monster from the stories. He was about to turn and bolt when Luma landed on his head, pecking him gently. "Wait. Don't run. Look closer, Kudu. Use your eyes, not your fear." Kudu squeezed his eyes shut, then forced them open. He peered through the leaves, his heart pounding. The shadow moved again, and out stumbled ... a clumsy warthog, who had tripped over a root. The warthog grunted in embarrassment, shook the dirt from his snout, and trotted away, completely oblivious to the terrified Kudu watching him. Kudu let out a breath. He didn't realize he'd been holding. A small giggle escaped him. It wasn't a monster at all. This moment was a turning point for Kudu. He realized that Luma was right. His fear had been making things seem much scarier than they actually were. With a newfound sense of confidence, he walked with his head held a little higher. He started to notice the beauty of the woods, the way sunlight dappled the forest floor, the sweet scent of damp earth, the intricate patterns on the tree bark. He was so engrossed in his new perspective that he almost didn't notice they had reached the other side. They emerged from the woods into the bright, opened savanna once more. And there, in the distance, silhouetted against the setting sun, was the magnificent great baobab tree. And beneath it, by the shimmering watering hole, was a sight that made Kudu's heart soar. His herd. He could see the familiar shapes, the gentle sway of their tails. He let out a joyful bleat, a sound full of relief and happiness. Luma circled above him, chirping triumphantly, "We did it. Kudu, you did it." As Kudu broke into a run, his mother looked up. Her ears perked. She saw her little one racing towards her and rushed to meet him, nuzzling him with overwhelming affection. The whole herd welcomed him back with gentle nudges and soft calls. He was safe. He was home. That evening, as the stars began to blanket the African sky, Kudu stood with his herd, but he wasn't hiding in his mother's shadow anymore. He stood tall, looking out at the savanna with brave, new eyes. He found Luma, who was perched on a nearby branch, preening her feathers. "Thank you, Luma," Kudu said, his voice clear and strong. "I couldn't have done it without you. You taught me that being brave doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you don't let the fear stop you." Luma winked at him. "You were always brave, Kudu," she chirped. "You just needed a little push to discover it for yourself." From that day on, Kudu was no longer the scared little Kudu. He was Kudu the brave, the adventurer who had faced the whispering woods and found not monsters, but his own courage. And he knew, with his friend Luma by his side, there was no challenge he couldn't face. Thank you so much for watching Kudu's journey with us today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures.